have one thing you can connect on, it gives them a reason to continue the conversation and it flows supernaturally. Now, for a case study, I'll use my cruise babe. My cruise babe, she was from Washington. And when I initially met her, and when I found that out, that was a moment of connection, a common interest, a shared place, something that you both are familiar with, being able to talk about that. Oh, Seattle, you're from Washington? What part? No, Seattle, oh, Tacoma. Oh yeah, I used to live on this side, yada, yada, yada. The point is you have something to build a natural conversation on.
Right on.
Going back to that interesting factor, like I said, so many times when people are talking, they're just so boring, they're so plain. Sometimes you have to add a little spice, you know? Compliment them. Be a little bit ecstatic.
You like throw a roar in there too.
Throw a what?
Like a roar.
That's more. That's an
advanced technique.
This is just intro to
101.
Riz 101. You're thinking of Riz 303. That's the third course.
If you take that your junior year of college, Riz 303, you can use roaring is one of our techniques that we use, that we teach, and I've seen a lot of success in that personally in my life. How much social motion?
You've earned one atom buck.
A social motion. I observed this last month. It was this guy. He was hugging his girlfriend, dapping up his friend in the hallway while telling a teacher a joke. That is a person who has social motion. They're just so integrated with society and with life. So, like I said, Riz has to be a common part. When you meet people, you need to Riz them up a little jokes, you know. That likability, that Riz archetype needs to not just be part of your game, but part of who you are.
Right.
You know, so that's something I really want to ingrain into my students' minds, that Rizzing is not a on or off button, it is perpetual.
Yes,
Riz has two things, your Riz skill and how much Riz required. If you're already, let's say you're 8 out of 10, you're bagging for 8.5 out of 10. Generally speaking, you're only going to need, and they view each other like that, you're only going to need 0.5 Riz. If you're a 5 out of 10 and you're bagging like 9 out of 10, you're going to need 4 points of Riz. So what I'm trying to have you understand, what I'm trying to quantify here is that the amount of Riz you need and the amount of skill it'll take varies depending on who your target is.
Okay.
You know? So that is very
Because we have targets around here.
You need to be able to evaluate yourself, evaluate your target, and know how much skill you bring to the table and how applicable it is.
You're looking very studious.
Not to mention another big
Stuff
part
right
is
here.
that
Yeah, look at him being studious.
find your quirks, your specializations. Some people are very good at rizzing up a specific type of person. You know, I have multiple different types of sub-specializations within my degree in Rizzology. You know, I have a concentration in African Riz, Irish Riz, International Riz. I have those 3 concentrations. And so, yes.
That's so.
That is very unique.
I basically mentioned I was born in Ireland. I go on about it. I've used it multiple
So
times.
specialized, you know?
It's very, very, they see me as an exotic creature.
That's niche.
You know, you have to make sure that your Riz does not turn into you being fetishized. However, if that's part of your strategy, we'll talk about that in advanced results.
You've been fetishized for being Irish?
No, but I'm just saying, certain circumstances, some people can be utilized, their exoticness as Riz and as a method of, acquiring their target.
Right on.
That can strengthen the relationship, that can add new spice and flavor within the relationship, and thirdly, most importantly, that is maintaining your Riz skill. Because you don't know what's gonna happen. In the future, you're gonna be single, you need to maintain that skill. Many people get in a relationship for many years, and then once they get broken up with or something happens, they're out of the game, they're in fresh open waters, and they don't know what to do. They come to my class, I charge them $100 an hour. This was one of my very first free seminars. So you guys are actually gaining a ton of knowledge for free. I want you to remember that. So the next time that you're deciding to TikTok on your phone instead of paying attention to this class, remember the amount of value and knowledge that I'm dropping among you all.